Hey guys, give me just a second. I'm getting some things put together real quick. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Hope you guys had a good day so far. So hopefully this is going to get some of you guys out the door at work. So get your ear pods on. And for those of you on the West Coast, you probably just getting back from a good lunch, right? So um let's talk about a couple of things. So give me just a second, trying to get all my screens together and we're going to get into it, okay? Hey guys, what's going on? Okay. Yo, if you guys knew, I'm not even going to bother to say anything. I'm just happy to be here, okay? I'm just happy to be here. Okay, so a little birdie told me in my ear that something was going on that I didn't know about cuz I don't watch over there like that anymore because people are weird. Um so um I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Let me see. The comment section was hilarious. I didn't get finished with it. I was like, "Oh, let me mosey on down here to the comment section, see what's going on." Okay. Someone said, "Oh no." The link is also pinned at the top. Yes, if you're looking for, okay, number 1, today's Wednesday, it's members and mods, nothing new. Um and if you got options because we are broadcasting live on Facebook like we do every day. Um, and if you want to bubble up a comment over there, I will see it and I'll click on it just like any other. So shouts out to everybody on Facebook at this moment. Um, that's number 1. So don't feel like you have to be a member. You don't have to join to get your comments through. Kathy just dropped her member milestone. As you can see, and you can type a comment in. It's a free like member message that you can do once a month as being a member. It's just like a little perk, right? And then we have Black Queen. Okay, Black Queen. Yes, who dropped some coins and made it official because she wanted to see, like, I guess what was going on. And sis also wants to support the channel, I'm assuming. So We appreciate you, Black Queen. And in the same way, Kathy has been showing her support for 3 months. Boom. Okay. But you can go over to Facebook, hit the like and follow. I'd so appreciate that. And you can drop a comment over there and I will click. I'll do my best to click on it. Usually I see those because they pop up in blue. Sometimes I don't catch all of them, but if you want to drop a comment, you can do that. Eve has many faces. Thank you for 6 months of support, Eve. Thank you. Um, okay, let's get into this while we have some time because I feel like this was part of the conversation last night. So Ponytail went over to Bible Lady's channel last night. Bible Lady showed her Jesus, come on now. Just a second, y'all. Let me put myself on do not disturb on focus. Excuse me, it's called focus now. Um Ponytail was over at Bible Lady's channel, okay? Anyway, Bible Lady played her footage, okay, which we've already seen with Mr. Dennis. We saw that as it was happening. Dennis was reporting live from the hallway, okay? All right. Okay, do you see this? You guys got options. Dawn Schumann. Dawn Schumann is like my man, my man, my man, okay? Dawn, Mr. and Mrs. Schumann over there, okay? So you see that? You see how quick I clicked on that too, right, Dawn? Okay, Dawn. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Hey. Yeah, okay. Okay, y'all see that? So if you are in the bushes and it's making and it's like, I want to talk, go over there and keep Miss Dawn company. Okay. Go over there and see our friend Miss Dawn. Okay. All right. Okay. And you can always bubble up on a super, a sticker, and you can send through a cash app. You know what? Someone sent me, I was driving and I got a cash app. I didn't know what it was for. Let me check it and see if it came from the YouTube streets. Okay. Yes, it came from the YouTube streets. Oh, okay. 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 I saw that. And girl, I was trying to handle business. Okay. Girl. Okay. Thank y'all. I'm gonna have to send my little manicure hands in a minute, but thank you. If you're in the bushes wondering if I got it, I did, and thank you so much. I hate to not acknowledge those right away, but anyway, I was driving and I just now thought about it. Anyway, okay, okay. Ponytail. Let me get back focused. Ponytail went to Bible Lady's channel. Okay, and okay. Hey Susie. Hey Boo. Um, And basically, this is the word on the street. I'm not gonna play the video. Okay. So if you guys were looking for that, I'm gonna spare you, okay? Because we get enough of that with this.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's
Name calling is what y'all do. But meanwhile, we're bitches. Hey Jackie. Shouts out to Facebook family, okay? And share me out. Share me out. And get the party started over there. We so appreciate, I mean, we're there too. I'm there. So yeah, get the party started and share me out. I appreciate y'all. That's how it works on Facebook. You got to share, 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 period. Okay. Okay. So basically, Sonia got those puppies, and the puppies are on borrowed time. Dog life is not for the lazy and the stupid. Okay. If you are lazy, you are good for nothing. You like to lay around. You may enjoy being up under some influence of something that gets you a little bit mellow, cello, little feeling some type of way. Well, puppies will get on your last nerve because, honey, let me tell you something. It had me hearing about those two puppies had sure enough had me thinking about Lambo, but Lambo, we're committed. We're committed because I tell you what, once upon a time, And it was 17 later, years later, as I was staring into little mama's eyes as she was about to take her last breath. I mean, ma'am really fought the good fight to stay with us. And it's a ministry and everybody doesn't have it. They really don't. So Sonia already and articulating it and joking about it, those dogs will be gone in probably a few weeks, because they're St. Charles Cavalier. Someone's going to come get them, or Cavi Poos or whatever. There's some sort of designer mix. Someone's coming for them. And okay, whatever. You know what I mean? That's fine. But I wasn't surprised. So she's ready to give up her dogs. She's lazy. She does probably, they're probably peeing and pooping and all of the things and all the things that dogs do. And whatever. Anyway, so they're talking, and Sylvia puts up the video that she recorded of the Erica proceedings. And Sonia proceeds to give her lame opinion on what she thinks actually happened. Okay. And what that was, what actually happened according to Sonia? Well, she thinks that Erica basically she oversimplifies everything, right? She got them dogs being, they are. She put out pee-pee pads. You cannot look, people have different philosophies about pee-pee pads, and that's not what this show's about. But yes, Jen, absolutely. She sure does. She sure does. Um, she does. And okay, let's get into this. I've got 3 screens pulled up. Let me just X myself out so you guys can see as much as possible. I had to do this because there's no other way that this was going to make sense. So this is on this first screen here, as you can see. Okay, right here. We are, let me scroll ever so. Give me 1 second to fix something before I go any further. Just a second. Let me fix something. So, oops. Okay. Hopefully that does the trick. Okay, we're just gonna look like this. It's just, what can I do? Okay. Okay, right here, right? Okay, so we're looking at the charging sheet. You guys are real. Hopefully, some of you guys are watching on your TV, or you're going to have to turn your phone to landscape, all of those things to really kind of see what's going on here. But according to Sonia, Erica King was indicted or was convicted of things that, like, she's like, she didn't understand why things went down the way they did, because she felt like Erica, like, the charges weren't consistent with Nesto's, but that would be making the assumption that Erica was involved in everything that Nesto was involved in. And I don't think that that's the case. Now, there are some things when you scroll down to the bottom, these things that were not presented. Now, Pam, so when they were in court, Pam was explaining the other day that her lawyer did ask, what about the other charges? Because you see, she took about 19 charges, right? So up to about number 38 right here on this is her docket. From right here, 39, all the way to 54. Forgery, impersonating, forgery, identity theft, aggravated identity, all of these, none of these. So they are all listed on here as not presented to the grand jury, not presented to the grand jury. So I don't know if they're no prosing those, Are they straight up and down dismissing those? We're over here on screen on this one, screen 3. Okay. Can you guys see this? Just so you can see everything. Is this helpful having it set up like this? So this is where she actually, these are her charge. This is her conviction here in the middle. This is the indictment to the left. And then to the right is the Odyssey screen that shows you everything that kind of went down. Thank you to introvertly next. Thank you so much for making it official. We appreciate you. So, okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. So we have 45, 46, 43, 44, 39. So everything below this mark right here that was dispositioned out as not presented to the grand jury. I don't know if they're holding that for if she refuses to testify, not refuse to testify, but let's just say she is not forthcoming with everything. I don't know if they can bring those back, but those charges, these 45, 46, those are acts that fall under the Rico. These are some of the acts that make it the Rico with Nesto. Okay. So you have to go up into, so 39 forgery. Let's see. So yeah, count 39. So that this one here, 30, this 39 is a act in his Rico, I believe. 39, 40, transactional fraud. These are some things that I don't know if they have some sort of evidence that she may know something about the identity fraud, because this is on her jacket too. Um, 41, the identity fraud, with a MasterCard with Melody Scretchen. I don't know if that has something to do with, like, it doesn't have her name, but these are some acts that are associated under her name. 42, and these are all part of the RICO. So I'm not really sure if there is some sort of stipulation that within, we don't, the stipulation isn't written here, but there's clearly another like 15 acts that she could be charged with. She's already picked up 19. Okay, so she's done. So she's done. So all of this stuff is done. So S- Sonia basically last night, it just sounded like she was being salty because what she was charged for, she's like, it's just basically her going to court. And it's not her going to court. Okay, so maybe she meant to say these are some items that revolve around her impersonating a lawyer, doing legal transactions, impersonating a lawyer, um, filing legal documents, and you have no license. You are not in a you're basically impersonating and file and practicing law without a license. All of these things that Sonia's chalking up to being something not serious, but they are. So basically I was looking this up and just kind of comparing with the indictment what these things were. So basically on number 7, let's see, count 7 is right here. So a lot of this does have to do with the with Vista Ray property and the Regina Delaney lawsuit. But the way that so I listened to the whole thing. The funny thing is, okay, so they talked about the case. I'm going to speed ahead real quick and then take some steps back. The funny thing to me was that um they watched the video. Sonia is doing another one of her drive-by talkie talks, and literally she talks straight for about 10-15 minutes. Anyone who listened, you heard it. All of a sudden Sylvia's like, you know what, Sonia? I am so sleepy. I died. I died. I'm thinking to myself, Nesto is done. He's done. It's a bunch of incompetence. Who are these people? Who are these people? It's crazy. Kathy, thank you so much for the sticker, hun. Who are these people? Did you listen to that? I mean, I was walking around the grocery store as I was listening to it because all of a sudden I was like, oh, here we go. Yeah, we're going to get to the good part. We're going to hear what Sonia had to say. Ponytail. Girl, Ponytail was talking her ass off. And next thing you know, damn Bible ladies talking about, I am so tired, girl. I'm about to fall asleep. I cannot even listen to this anymore. I was like, you know what? Sir better just go ahead and settle in. You got a bunch of damn incompetent ass folk on your team. There is nobody here to help you, sir. You are done. You're done. You're done. I just laughed. I was like, there's no way. I'm not even going to play the audio. You guys go watch for yourself. And then maybe we'll listen to it at another time. I just, allegedly there'll be a part two. You know how part twos and part threes go. We just, you never know if it's going to happen or not. So I figured let me just keep it real cute. Let me just keep it real cute. Okay. So anyway, the comments were not cute. If you want to go read some funny comments, go read the comments. But anyway, so but she really is oversimplifying the matter and making it seem like the court is hell bent on making Nesto the mastermind. And maybe that's what they're doing because that's what it was. Maybe that's what they're doing because that's what it is, right? I mean, we don't know for sure, but I mean, stands to reason that potentially, right? So let me get rid of this screen. Let's see. Okay, so I've got this one up. Nesto is a big fish. Unless they bring out some more stars or something, I don't know. I don't know. Like if they may have some people in their hip pocket that they're not telling anybody about. I don't know. The comments were great. I'm surprised. She said she was going to sleep and then she has to get up in the morning and then trek across town to go and live stream. I can't give her a views. Okay, well just hold on. You know what I mean? Hold on and we'll see, we'll see how it goes in the future. Um, and okay. So number 7 specifically is okay. So let me talk about Vista properties. We've talked about Vista. If you guys are in the membership, you guys can go and watch that video that I did about Vista properties. It goes into great detail about what happened with that disposition. Erica King did not just show up on the scene when Shirley got a garnishment. At the end of the day, well, I mean, that was part of it. After they were in the process of being evicted, Shirley knew, like, just because Shirley says, I would have liked to have kept that house, you guys were not paying rent. They were not paying rent. And Dominique, what did they say? Who was Dominique? Dominique was allegedly Shirley's assistant. Dominique allegedly was the one who was communicating with the lady from the leasing company. I didn't see April Holloway come in, aka Erica King, until they actually went to court. In terms of the back and forth, there was an email address that was allegedly Shirley and was also from Dominique. And the landlord was going back and forth about trying to get rental payments. They started out paying rent. They opened up that lease, I think, in like, let's just say it was at the beginning of the year. I feel like it was like March or January, something like that. Within just a few months, rent was late and then rent wasn't paid. And but it was almost 2 years of the entire lease. Like the lease was 2 years, but it was going into like 18, 19, 20 months before they finally were able to have a final disposition on the dispossessory so that they could actually get a paying customer into the property. Also, what you have to kind of take into consideration, which has nothing to do with them, the fact that there had just been a tenant that had tricked them out of, and I don't mean tricked, but basically streetwise tricked them out of another $40,000. And who was that? It was Stephen Aaron Jordan. Okay. Stephen Aaron Jordan. Who? Stevie J. Okay. That's in Patreon. I think I posted here too on members. I think I did. If I didn't, I'll post it on members later so you guys will have it. Stevie J had a 2-year lease also. And by the time the dispossessory was finished, it was like $42,000 judgment. Okay. That was the man who sang and played the piano that Nesto was talking about. It wasn't Babyface. It wasn't L.A. Reid. It wasn't Uncle So and So. It wasn't Stevie Wonder. It wasn't Elton John. It wasn't anybody, I mean, it was Stevie J. It was Love and Hip Hop. Okay. So they had just had some shenanigans for 2 years. They get the place ready for a new tenant, and guess who moves in? Damn fucking Erica Kang over there facilitating another bogus ass situation. And here we go. And they're tied up for another 2 years. Do you imagine having a rental property and you have the worst 4 years ever during the damn pandemic? Oh, freaky Stevie J. Hello? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, right? I don't blame. So let's also think about that. Not that that has anything to do with the Williams, but after you just get out some bad tenants, you just had a 2-year situation. Here we go. We get some new tenants. You see the Rolls Royces. You think everything is fine. People have moved in. Everything is good. And then you start to get no rent. And then another month comes and then you start to get no rent. And then you continue to get no rent. You don't think Mark Kroll had a reason to be curious, like after they just got damn Love and Hip Hop out there? You just went through a whole nother dispossessory. I pulled up the paperwork. I showed it to you guys. Put out the receipts. No sooner do they get Stephen Aaron Jordan out, they start up a new lease with Black Heritage Musical Trust or Black Heritage Radio Trust, Shirley Strawberry, Ernesto Williams, and then, a slew of other people, Sheridan, her kids, and you know what I'm saying? Like just some mess, right? So when they start to not get rent, there's nothing wrong with like, hello, are you guys okay in there? I see if you see cars moving, we don't know what the man was doing. And keep in mind, we don't know where I don't know where Mark Kroll lives, but I lived once upon a time, I rented a duplex house and the owners were up the street. That man could have drove past the house every single time he went to Harris Teeter or to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what people are doing. Everybody's not looking out the window every 5 minutes. So people could be driving by like, wow, I wonder if those tenants like, what's going on? We haven't got the rent. Haven't got the rent. You drive by, hey, there's a motor coach in the front yard. What's going on? I wonder, did they get the rent? Like, what is going on? Girl, freaky Stevie and nasty Nesto. Okay. So she seems to think it was like unfair that it went that way. They're trying to pin Nesto as the mastermind because that's who the state wants and it's easy to get him because he's got a record. So it's all because he's got a record. It's all because now Erica's a snitch. It's all because all of those things. And I'm sure Erica King is like, I'll be that and I'll be whatever. But guess what? I went and got a pedicure. I went and got a pedicure. I am FNF all summer. And all I got to do is report and tell what I know, and I'm good. So I don't blame her. He was probably in the woods at one of those rallies after all that. Okay. Oh, okay. Duh. Who, Mr. Crawl? Hopefully, I don't know for if any of you guys out here are property owners where you have investment property owners and have some sort of hazard insurance for that. I don't know. I guess that's just kind of one of the I guess that's just one of the ups and downs of being property rental property owner. It is that part. It's Wednesday. Yes. What? It is every Wednesday, and whenever it's chef's choice, but typically Wednesday. We do it at least once a week. So yeah, today is Wednesday, and thank you, Summer Breeze. I appreciate that, hun. Okay. So, yeah, I just thought that that was interesting. I didn't want to they said that they'll, I guess, reconvene. I guess apparently Sonia wants to talk. Um I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I think it's interesting that she barely had anything to say to Nesto on the phone. And okay, this is another thing that she talked about. She said that Bible lady asked her about the text messages and what she thought about that, and she said, "Well, whenever we talk on the phone, it's us and the prosecutor anyway." That's just her way of trying to basically, like, there's no, like, I'm not tripping over the privacy because there wasn't any anyway. Um Oh, okay. It's not even just because it's members. It's just no, this isn't like a member only. This is just a member only chat. This is a live that everybody can see. It's members chat right now. So if anyone wants to chat here on YouTube, go ahead and hit the join button or meet us over in Facebook, so you guys can talk to each other over there in Facebook. Um Oh, and I wasn't gonna do that because I wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, I would have, if had I been there, like, I appreciate the coverage to tell us what happened, and we definitely talked about it, but I couldn't really get all the way up into it because I wasn't able to be there to observe it myself. So I just, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like there was like really good coverage. Hey, Pam. Yes, she was over there on Bible Ladies channel. She was over there on Bible Ladies channel. Now, yeah, she was over there. The funny part is, Pam, if you go down towards the end, Sonia is over there talking, talking, talking her blankety blank, her booty off, and talking her ass off. And all of a sudden, Sylvia goes, I'm so tired. I have to go. Hold on a second. I died. I was in the grocery store and I died. I was like, you couldn't send her a text and say, sis, I'm about to fall asleep. Can we do this in the morning? Girl, she said, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I was like, this is a mess. I'm like, sometimes I wonder, are y'all just, maybe y'all just playing with us? Because this is too funny. Hold on, let me see. Okay, listen to this. No, tell her I don't know. I won't know till we go to court. Because I told him, say everything. Don't hold your tongue. Some people be thinking, oh, well, that's snitching. Snitch. Tell it all, whatever it is, say it. Be honest about everything. Don't try to save nobody. Don't save nobody. Just be honest about whatever. At that moment, Sylvia's asleep. Yeah. So
That's all I can say about it. It's just a lot of things just don't add up when they try to do all of that. And I know that was baiting because Roswell was looking, in my opinion.
Well, let me tell you something. I thank you for getting on with me right now, but I'm so sleepy right now. I'm so freaking sleepy.
I know, because
wait, she starts out with, okay, let me tell you something. I'm so sleepy right now.
On the road and stuff.
Tell you something. I thank you for getting on
because Roswell was looking, in my opinion.
Let me tell you something, Sonia. The court has the case is sitting in a Rico. It doesn't matter if Roswell, Boo Boo, and Bebe are watching. The case is with the district attorney. Roswell has better things to do. They have other cases. Do you think every single police officer is sitting around babysitting every single case that they usher off to the county? There, Natalie, if Natalie Fields is as ambitious and career oriented to get cases off of me, then she's on to her next score. Okay. She's trying to score her next case. Okay. Nobody's sitting around trying to babysit a case from damn 2 years ago. She's probably, you know what Natalie Fields is doing? She's probably getting on a cruise, a nice big carnival ship, and going out to damn the middle of the ocean, okay, to have herself a nice summer and use her PTO and have a good time, let her hair down, okay? That's what us people on the outside are doing at this moment. Do you hear me? Hey Kelly, hey boo. Okay, that's the Toya Bush of the YouTube streets. Kelly Wordy Reactions. Hey boo, hey. Doesn't she look just like Toya from Married to Medicine? Um, okay. That is what Natalie Fields is not tripping on no damn Nesto. That's over. She's on to her next case. Only person worrying about Natalie Fields is you and your dumb boyfriend. Listen to Sylvia. I'm so tired, guys.
Well, let me tell you something. I thank you for getting on with me right now, but I'm so sleepy right now. I'm so freaking sleepy.
I know, because you're going to be up on the road at 7 o'clock.
I know. So I'm going to have to end this live. We can do part 2 where we can really talk. Because right now I am falling asleep. I am so tired. I am tired.
Go ahead. I got to walk the dogs.
Okay. Thank you.
You see how these people don't take this matter seriously? This man is facing up to 400 years, which I mean, it's not going to be 400 years, but damn it. He has a recidivist document filed on him, basically that Will Wooten is looking to go to the fullest extent of what the law will allow. His co-conspirator has already pled guilty to everything, okay? 19 different items, most of which were felonies. Let me tell you which ones were not felonies in case you're curious. Out of all of the things that she pled guilty to, let me pull it up. Okay, let me move this out the way for you guys. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, so check this out. So, number 7, the conspiracy to commit unauthorized practice of law, that was a misdemeanor. Number 17, the conspiracy to commit unauthorized practice of law, 17 is a misdemeanor. Number 32, so again, another conspiracy to practice law, another misdemeanor. Number 37. So all of those are misdemeanors. 32, 37. And then everything else looks like a felony. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of the 19, 15 felonies, 15 felonies, and 4 misdemeanors. Okay. I will be concerned. I would be very much concerned. She said, I hate that it had to go that way. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can.
Came to that, you know.
She said it shouldn't have came to that.
It's not, criminal justice system is not set up to make sense or be right. It's just they get a target and that's who they want, regardless of who actually did what, you know. So that's what they did. They got the person, you know. I'm confused with a lot of stuff.
What you confused about?
When you look at the come on. I'm sorry. The fraud. Talking about him and her both. The cases that she's currently pleading to is impersonating an attorney and filing fraudulent court documents as an attorney. That's what she's pleading as when she represented Shirley in her garnishment case. And he sat in court beside her, you know. So how does that make sense to say that these two people were fraudulently scheming people with credit repair and this, that, and the other, and then the only charges that she gets is going to court?
What do you mean?
She didn't even get charged to even plead to anything else.
Sylvia said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Because the Calvin Coffin, the count 6, if I'm not mistaken, hold on a second, guys. Let me refer to my screen, please. Okay, let's go count 6. Hold on. Okay, count 6. If you guys can see that now. That was United States currency, property of Calvin Coffin, the value of $5,000, less than 25, the intention of depriving the owner of property contrary to the laws. Okay, so look, at the end of the day, yeah. Like this isn't, they're not, this Rico isn't for you to understand. Okay, that's number one. If you know, there's also just the defiance of not wanting to understand. How do you not understand? At the end of the day, some things Nesto did were involved, where Erica was involved, and some things she just wasn't. And if the state charged her or looped her into something and they feel that they're okay not prosecuting her, then oh what? Like, it's not for you to understand. As long as the prosecutor understands it and they're the ones who are delivering the case and arguing the case and can make a case and show how Nesto was involved in these things, even if Erica was involved in them too, but we've chosen to not prosecute her at this time because maybe we have evidence to show that she was coerced to do these things. Because did we not hear her say that she was coerced to do some things? So maybe those are some of the things that the prosecutor might say were things that she did against her will or against her better judgment or things of that nature. So maybe we don't know. We're not going to know until he lays out his case when he comes before the court and the jury to tell them why they are there, right? Like we're not going to know all of that. There is a little bit of an element of surprise. She's so behind. She's so behind on the information. What gets on her nerves is that people like you and me and Pam and everyone else, grown woman, everybody knows the case better than her. She's mad. She's spending time being mad at Wisdom's daughter, V. Lenore. She's mad at everybody. Anybody on the YouTube streets that can formulate their own opinion, whether you agree with their opinions or not. If you are not on the Nesto train, you are on some sort of hate train. Even if it's just, I'm not really sure. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of interesting that all of these things are happening to one person. If you articulate anything other than some sort of conspiracy or some sort of hate train focused at some man who is trying to make his own city and trying to make women better, you are some sort of hating ass female. That's what Sonia has to say. She's absolutely. And then she has Bible Lady over there, and Bible Lady is not even paying a damn attention what's going on. Like, sis was half asleep. Sis is into YSL, and I find it funny that she said she wasn't going to do this content anymore, but she's still doing it. But then when she's in the middle of presenting her video that she sat there to record, and you have your exclusive access person there, you're half a damn sleep. You half a damn sleep. You got your exclusive, and you're not even paying attention. And you're like, excuse me, I'm so happy you were here, but I got to go to sleep. I'm tired. How unprofessional is that?
So if you're saying,
but she had like 14 charges that she pleaded out to or something like that.
But it was all stemming from going to.
I just want to know how you're in court every single day and you got boots on the ground and everything is exclusive and you can go log into these people's computers and use your phone and screen record people's computers and their private screens that just got hacked a few months ago. But you don't know how many charges she just pled guilty to?
Well, yeah, it was all stemming from going to court and posing as an attorney and filing documents as an attorney and impersonating an attorney, because when they raided the house on the 9th, which is doesn't make sense either. Let's go back to the beginning. Why nothing makes sense to me. On the 7th, they claimed that, okay, they arrested him on the 7th because they said his landlord came in and said that he didn't pay rent, right? So they said they opened up an investigation because he was 3 months late on rent. But 2 days after they arrested him.
But like I said earlier, he was 3 months late on rent. That is a problem. You've got almost a $4,000 rent every single month. So you're coming up on you're 3 months late. So that's $12,000 right now. Okay. Not to mention, again, their last tenant is not these people's problem, but they just had a 2-year situation where they had an issue with another tenant. So they're probably hyper focused on trying to make sure that they keep whoever is living in their property on track with paying what they owe on time for a very nice house, okay? That they could have someone else living there and paying. You said, is that the chef? Is who the chef? Oh, the chef? The meme? I think so. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Let's and that is one of the Real Housewives. Okay, Bible Lady was on lead attorney last week talking YSL. Who wasn't a leaker? And people in the chat said it's probably her. Wow, were they in the chat saying that she was the one who got arrested during the thing? I didn't even know. You guys didn't send me that clip. Hold on. He likes it's interesting. It's interesting. Anywho, okay. I was going to say something, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just be quiet. Hold on. Okay, let's keep going.
They raided both houses. Why did they raid both houses? If they keep saying in court, you get me? There's two different stories they keep saying. They keep saying on the news.
Lead attorney just strikes me as one of those guys that when he was in high school, he used to get everybody else to do his homework. Like he has that type of a charisma where he was just kind of a born delegator and would just get people hyped up about doing his homework. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that's just my observation.
And this is the police and DA putting it out on the news, that it was them two scheming people and there's all these victims and it's $1 million. But then when you look at the paperwork, the warrants saying something totally different. And the charges, it's not even saying what they keep saying on TV. So why do they keep saying $750,000? Why do they keep saying $1 million with both of them? And she has none of those charges, you know? Mm-hmm. But they keep saying him and her, and they did this, you know? But she only got charged with, you know,
Okay, let me speak to that real quick. And you guys, this is my opinion on that. So she keeps going back to Roswell PD. It's like sis is stuck on slow-mo or something, right? So what happens is say someone breaks the law, right? And the police go out and they do their investigation, they go find out about the crime, they take the stories, they do their investigation, and when they feel like they have enough information, they go ahead and they send it to the district attorney and say, I think we have a case. The district attorney then reviews the information and say, okay, we got a case, or no, we don't have a case. Now, Roswell PD could have very well thought that because Erica was involved in some things and Erica was in possession of some things, that said some things and could be part of the total package of what Nesto was doing, doesn't necessarily mean that the district attorney's office felt the exact same way about everything that they are able to prove and to bring to court. You may have 100 things that somebody did, but maybe you have enough for about 30 things that make sense, that you have receipts, and that you can convince maybe a jury that the person that you have arrested is guilty of these things. There's just some things that you just are not able to prove. And if they don't have the evidence and it's just on some hearsay or some feelings and not facts or things of that nature, that it's sebal, then maybe those are things that they weren't charged. So it sounds like she keeps going back to the initial TV reports from Action 9 or damn Mark Winnie and all these people. She keeps going back to what they're saying on TV because Sonia probably can't read either. Sonia has not invested any time into reading these documents. And she is not able to formulate an opinion above and beyond what she is seeing on a 5-minute news break. That's all she's seeing. She's like, but wait a second, Roswell PD. So Roswell PD is out of the picture. Roswell PD will come through and they will give their opinions, their findings. They will talk about developing the investigation and all of those things. But as far as the case, that's all Will Wooten now. Roswell is not involved. They're done. They hand it over to the district attorney and that's it. Unless they find something else, they uncover something else, then they'll hand that to the district attorney. But the police department is not in the business of prosecuting people. They are in the business of keeping the peace and detaining folks who are against the laws of your community. And if there is a case, then they present it to the district attorney and who will talk to you about it. Okay? And that's it. She doesn't seem to understand that. All right, let me answer this question over here. So Nesto was trying to hold on to Shirley's high class love. Well, oh well, he messed that up. Let me go to another question someone ran through real quick. Hold on. Hey, a lady, do you think Nesto's attorney will try to shift the blame onto Shirley to gain sympathy and show Shirley demanded a fancy lifestyle? But at the end of the day, Shirley could pay for her own Louboutins. Shirley was probably in a better position before she got with Nesto. What they can probably prove is that after Nesto, Shirley was basically homeless. Like, she wasn't, and I'm not going to say homeless going to the shelter, but at the end of the day, she was cash poor. She was in a position where she, all of a sudden, not only did she have her taxes, she had dispossessories, she had years and years of rent to pay in numerous places in that community where they just did not pay rent. She ruined her credit. She's ruined her name, all of these things. But Shirley had the means and the finances before she met him. She may not have been excellent with her money, but she had a decent cash flow coming in. And as far as her demanding a certain type of lifestyle, if it wasn't for Mr. Williams perpetrating himself to be a certain type of man with a certain amount of money, if you think if your husband is putting himself out, it's just like that guy, was it Dirty John? That series, the romance scammer, the guy who pretended to be a doctor. And what about Risa Tisa? Didn't the man pretend to be a damn CEO or director of staff or something? That he had some sort of responsible job making a certain amount of money? So if your man is a doctor, why wouldn't he be paying the mortgage? Why wouldn't he be doing all of these things? Why don't I have my $20,000 ring? I mean, these are grown people. These are not just people like in their 20s. These are grown ass folk. You know what I'm saying? 50s and 60s. Going to buy something for $10,000 is not a big deal. Like if you're on struggle, then I'm not talking to you or about you like on the, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about these folks. Okay. I'm talking about people who are making some coins. They've worked a long time. They're in their career. They are well established and they are making better than average. These are people making in excess of, let's just even say 150 to 200. These people are beyond, because we know Shirley was making almost $500,000 a year, period, and was elevated on the streets, they say, to $1 million salary, right? So this woman was highly compensated, but her tax bracket is stiff. Also, ma'am owed a lot of back taxes on top of the fact that they never seemed to pay rent wherever they were living and left in the rears, and Shirley would get stuck with the garnishment. Okay. And this is not, we know that it's been documented to have happened at least twice. Okay. At least twice. There could be more, right? So when you're getting your check garnished, you're getting taxes out of your paycheck every 2 weeks. You're getting several garnishments. Man was left with a regular ass paycheck that could not pay for what they needed to cover. Okay. And Nesto was not slaying enough dick around town to make up for it. Okay. So Sonia, how do you like that? That's my explanation. If I was going to report into and I was sitting at the table with Will Wooten, that's how I would start this shit off. That's how I would say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this man over here had a prominent wife who made prominent wife money, and it wasn't good enough. Okay? This man had champagne taste and a beer budget, driving around in a Rolls Royce on the repo list, slaying his sausage all over town to get credit card swipes from unsuspecting females who were thirsty for him. A good prominent wife. And on today, we are here to bring you the case of one of the most prolific romance scammers Atlanta has ever seen. And we're going to lay this case out from top to bottom. And we would like for you to return nothing less than a vote of confidence for the people of Atlanta, Georgia, because this man has been a nuisance. And I'm here to tell you why. And we're going to bring the evidence. We're going to bring the receipts. We're going to bring his co-conspirator who has already pled guilty to 19 offenses. Okay? So get your pads and your pens. And we getting ready to lay this out for you. Okay? That would be my opening statement. Okay, thank you, Judge. That's it. Okay. That's my case. No, but seriously, Sonia is feeling some type of way, and was that good? Did I do a good job? Okay, and this was brought to an audience. This I would just like to let you know, ladies and gentlemen of the jury and the gallery, and Your Honor, this was brought to you by Colt 45. I'm just kidding. Let me see here. No, I was doing my open. It was a little bit of theater, Pam. It was a little bit of theater. I'm sure I did not do it justice, but I would love to, if we get that far, I would love to hear Pam. Pam, I would love to hear your opening statements of what you think is going to be the case. But do any of us really know all of the facts of the case yet? We don't know everything. We don't know everything. Anyway, let's listen to a little bit more. And then I'm gonna let you go because honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't even trying to play this on today, because I just wasn't. But it Old English Malt Liquor was my sponsor. I don't even know if you could. I don't think you can have sponsors in the courtroom. It has to be unbiased. You know what though is real. Let me. So you guys, okay. Let me stay on track. Let's finish talking about this, and then we'll get onto something else before we go. Okay.
As an attorney. So that's confusing because what that does now is when they did this with her, it closed her out because now she's just her charging her, facing any charges is over. But, now she's, a witness against him, of course, because that's how they always do it. They need somebody to say something that supposedly, will stick in court, which I don't see that happening with her lengthy record and her, and then looking at the situation, who goes to a person and say, hey, can you pretend to be a lawyer?
A scammer, an alleged scammer. I need you to go ahead and do that lawyer thing you do. Okay. I need you to handle some of that for me because, first, you know who goes and does that? Someone who's been lying to their wife. Okay. Let's take a trip down scenario lane. Okay. This is more than likely how it didn't happen because I wasn't there. But she asked the question, who would do such a thing? If you were living in a home that was 8,000 square feet and you're behind on the rent and you're filling out COVID relief applications, knowing good and damn well that you make 4 and 5 times the amount than the criteria stipulates, and you're just trying to buy time by filing bankruptcies and filling out paperwork that you do not qualify for, and all of those things, and you're going to go get a lawyer to help you fight a case when you have been wrong from the beginning. He needed somebody, in theory, okay? He needed somebody who was going to go along for the ride. What I'm going to ask Sonia is, why would somebody who already knows that they've been with the shits in trying to prolong the eviction process as long as they possibly can, go get an actual lawyer who's going to look at the paperwork and be like, you're wrong. I can't really help you unless you're going to make this thing right. At the end of the day, you are not entitled to what you've been asking for, and they are completely right in what they're asking. So you're going to have to either settle up, and we can try to work out a payment plan with them and try to negotiate some sort of a deal. But if you were already with the shits and filing phony paperwork that you did not qualify for, that clearly stipulates that you're not entitled to those benefits, that's who's going to go to a lawyer that's not a real lawyer, right? She should have asked Lamont, because according to the police, the alleged to act as a lawyer too. I guess he can argue that it's a coincidence the people in his life pretend to be lawyers. So he just attracts people who are in the habit of committing conspiracy and identity theft to practice law, who are not licensed to practice law, and also who are not who they say they are. Because yes, he did. So what Lamont did is that he pretended to be Josh Jones from the firm Jones and Jones, maybe Jones times 3, or Jones and Jones, or Jones and Jones, something like that, and contacted Melody Scretchen about her police report when she filed against Nesto, because she was going to put in a claim with her insurance, and the insurance told her that she had to report the car stolen, and she'd warned Nesto that if he did not bring the car back, she was going to notify the police or her insurance company. And then that's what she did. The insurance company told her she would have to report the car stolen, and that's what she did. And Josh Jones called her, and it turns out that when Natalie Fields traced everything back, it was traced back to a phone number of a known associate, jailhouse associate of Mr. Williams, not his brother, a man named Earl Lamont. Okay, Earl Lamont blank. And Sir is not his brother. Sir is someone who served time with him, and Sir is also not someone who is an attorney. But absolutely. So yes. So this is not the first time. Great point, Pam. This is not the first time that Nesto has had a friend pose as a lawyer to handle that nasty work. Okay. And the nasty work is, why would you call a legit lawyer when you have been with the shits and you're trying to continue with the shits? Because clearly he was not trying to settle up and pay the debt. That is what one could assume. I'm not going to accuse him of that, but that's what one would assume. If you are filing to try to get entitlement that you're not eligible for, and you call a legit lawyer, they're going to provide you legit pathways to help rectify your problem. If you call Fugazi and Fugazi, they're going to help you do what you want to do, which is evade paying what you owe, which is what scammers do. Okay. So I mean, that's what seems to be alleged in these documents. Okay. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So Sonia, great question. And I'm sure you're not going to be satisfied with that answer, because I'm a hater, but that's okay. Because that's the most common sense answer that there is. The reason why someone calls a fake lawyer is because they got bogus, nasty work to be done. And that's just the person to do it. The person who's already committing a crime by practicing and identity thefting somebody. That's who.
I got a garnishment, you know, who just comes out of nowhere and someone says, oh yeah, because I know how to be one. You get me? Like, all that don't even make sense. Like, hey, can you pretend to be a lawyer and I'll pay you, even though we have money to pay a real attorney, and, you know, because we got to.
I love how she knows what Shirley has money, because we have money to pay a real attorney. Well, if you have money to pay a real attorney, why didn't you pay that real rent? Okay. Why didn't you pay that real rent during the pandemic? Why didn't you pay that? I love how you can count other folks' money, but clearly Nesto, I don't know what Nesto was off doing with the Williamses' money, but that money wasn't being put towards the household bills. That's what it wasn't being put towards. So you don't know what Shirley and her husband had money for. You're just assuming, especially since you never talked to them, right? She said she's never talked to him about the situation, right? One Jennifer. I don't know. I don't think she knew specifically what was happening with her rent. I would imagine she thought he was covering the bills that needed to be paid out of their account. But I don't know whatever happened to his money. He probably was running around taking people out for dinners. He probably was just doing a Ponzi type rob Peter to pay Paul and, always waiting for her paycheck to come through.
Garnishment on the eviction. And like that don't even make sense. None of that. Like I always try to put things into real life. So you think about that as in a real life situation. Who does that?
This is my thing. If she would have read those the dispossessory, she would know that they had been applying for COVID relief. And she would also know, if you read the documents, that Shirley did not qualify. So why would you get, again, for the third time, why would you get a real attorney when you were trying to qualify for something using stall tactics to not pay your bills? And so why would you use a fake attorney? Because you wanted somebody who would make it seem like, so someone who would fight a case for you based on some fugazi that you were doing. Nobody wants to lose their license around trying to help you lie to get out of paying where you lived for almost 2 years.
What sense does that make to do that for him? Because now you're trying to say he's the mastermind. He did all of this, So
She was getting paid.
To say who does that. What kind of gain would that be for me to commit that crime? For him to commit that crime, what is the gain behind it?
The gain is he wouldn't have to pay for free housing in a beautiful home. That's it. That's the gain. It's like she purposely doesn't want to understand.
But
there's no gain.
But here's a question I have for you. When she was sitting there at the hearing, right? And she was representing him as his attorney. He knew what name that she had, and when he heard the April Holloway, why didn't he say something then?
I don't know if he didn't say something afterwards.
We didn't know if he said something afterwards. The first time or the second time, Sonia? Like, Sonia, you're going to have to get caught up, sis. You are the one who is sleeping with this man. You are the one loving on this man. You are the one writing this man constantly. Can you please get caught up to the rest of the class? This didn't happen just once. So after he did it one time and knew that she was representing herself as April Holloway, to your argument, you don't know that he didn't say something. Okay, so let's walk down that road. So if he said something the first time, when he showed up with her the second time and allowed her to continue to represent him, e-file in the good people system, show up to Zoom hearings, send letters, talk to people, use Nick Benzine's name, use Nicole Mormon's name, there was another lawyer in here that she used her name. All of, like, what? That would actually fly if it was only one or two times, but there were more times than I can count on my one hand where she has infractions of doing. Let's remember, all of these 19 charges, these are 19 times, these are 19 acts that were done. So it wasn't just once and it wasn't just twice, it was more. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I'm not even a lawyer here. And I think anybody with some decent critical thinking skills can figure this out. This is like, Sonia, what are you talking about here? Your argument is trash because it's not like it just happened once or twice. She has copped to 19 things. And there were what, 15 more? There were 30 offenses.
I've never had a conversation with him about that. because he was in jail. I didn't know anything about anybody, any people other than his son and his kids. It was the only conversation me and him ever had, you know, before he got arrested. So once he went to jail, he can't really say anything about anything. All I know is if you look at the warrant, he also called her a lawyer when he got arrested as well. So I don't know.
So he
Okay, so again, Sonia, if your argument is we don't know if he spoke to April about it, aka Erica, which time? Which time was the time that he figured that he either figured out or didn't know? Was it when he was calling her Erica King, Queen of the South? That if they pull that up in the court, I will hit the floor. Okay, if they show Erica King pulling up in the Rolls Royce to the motor coach and he says, Queen of the South, what's going on? And then they pull up the video of her reporting to court on Zoom and saying, hi, April Holloway here for Mr. Williams and Miss Shirley Strawberry. I'm gonna want like that's gonna be embarrassing. That's gonna be embarrassing, but I can't wait. Okay, I cannot wait. Okay, and then also, can we just one more? The police body cam, the body worn camera, when he said, "I'm gonna need my phone. I'm gonna need my wife's phone number. I'm gonna need my lawyer, Erica Kang."
when he met her, he knew her as a lawyer?
I don't know. I don't know. He can't talk about her on the phone. You know, the phone calls are out. So if he said anything, it's out there on the phone calls. He's never talked about, I've never heard of any of these people till he got arrested. You know? So I don't know anything about anything. I'm just saying in common sense, you know, to say, maybe he had a conversation with her after, you know, cameras were off to say, what the hell was that? You get me? Like, because he knows he's in live court, which I would have got up and walked off. Like, what the hell? I don't want to be part of this. You know, I would have got up and just walked. But everybody was different, you know?
Well, considering on one of the Zoom hearings, Erica King was in one room in the house at 980 Pine Grove Road, and Nesto is in another room. He was on the live stream. He was in the same house with Erica King during the Zoom hearing. He was in one room. He was in a room that was identified as the second floor office on that Zoom call. So he took the Zoom call at Erica King's 980 Pine Grove Road, and Erica was in the same house. So they were on Zoom, on the Zoom call, on two separate computers. They have the video, they have the screenshots, okay? And he was at his homegirl's house, okay? And when she logged in as April, and then they're asking her the questions and she logs off, and it's like, who's Erica King? Oh, that's my paralegal. Like, what did you think? What about the question of, okay, you know her as Erica King, but when she logged on as April Holloway, what did you think? And when you witnessed her come off of the Zoom and come back under Erica King, and they asked her who Erica King was, and she told the judge, your lawyer, quote unquote, told the judge that Erica Kang's name is her paralegal. When were you like, when would that have come up? Erica Blah. And then Shirley saying, how about when Shirley says, do you know her? Now, I know people like, oh, well, they were saying Rothschild. Y'all, we got to stop making excuses. Shirley is she's grown. She's a grown woman. Some of you on this live stream, you got grandmother Shirley's age, okay? Some of you are Shirley's age. Come on now. Like, we can't, like, oh, they said Rothschild, or like when Dennis said Sonia Durham, but oh no, her name is Waller. It's like, what about Ernest Williams? When he said, have you heard of the Ernest Williams case? You don't think Sonia has sat there and talked to Madison ad nauseum about her boo thing, Ernest Williams? It didn't matter if he said Sonia Rodriguez. She knows the Sonia who was associated with that ninja who's downtown over to the courthouse on the Rico charges, who's been on the news. That lady knows exactly who that was. Okay? Come on now. We can't keep thinking of reasons why people didn't know what they are. Well, we know they know. Come on now. Shirley knows who Erica King is because Erica King sat up there and said that she was doing PR. She do PR for Shirley's candle line? Is that why they took a photo shoot in the ambulance? Like, this is so convoluted. This is so convoluted. It has to go to trial because I want to hear everything. I do. I feel like Nesto is too, his ego won't let him take a guilty because he's gonna have to, if he decided to go guilty, I just don't see him admitting, because he's gonna really have to sit there and admit to everything. And this judge might be one of those who's gonna make him sit there and talk. Like, you see in some states where if you plead guilty, they want you to sit there and they want you to talk about your crimes and tell everything you did. Sit down and walk us through it. I don't know if Dunaway is like that or they make you do that in the state of Georgia or not, but there are places where if you do take a guilty or put in a guilty plea, you have got to admit to everything, not just, oh, I'm guilty. Okay, now what are you guilty of? What did you do? And that's, that would be hard for somebody who wants to lie. That part, you tell us. Why did you do that? You just need to refresh your memory. Anyway, friend, I need you behind Woot and whispering that you. Okay, let me confer with my social media team. Okay. Yeah, if he needs a social media team. Hey, Dr. A, what's good? How are you, Dr. A? If he needs some social media consulting support, if he needs like the Olivia Pope version of the YouTube streets, I'm there. I'll be happy to be there. Okay. But I don't know. I think they're probably good. Let's see. But he may not have that choice. I guess he has that choice if he tells his lawyer, if he has an epiphany one day and just says, you know what? I don't know if they'll give me a deal or not, but I just want to be guilty. I'm just going to put in guilty. And I guess we'll just let the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? I don't know if, you know what I mean? I don't think he's going to do something like that, but it doesn't mean he's going to get a deal, but he might just say, you know what? I can't let myself be dragged. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this out. But if he has to sit there and talk about all of his deeds, it might not go well. Also, since they filed the recidivist declaration, I forget what it's called, and she wasn't present for the alleged crime, so hush. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's listen to the last little bit, and it ends with Sylvia tired. Okay, tired. She boasts, and I'm using the word boasts, brags, and all of the things about having the exclusive access to a story that she has said on more than one occasion she doesn't care about. It's so negative and doesn't want to report on, and sits and has her friend call in, and ma'am is telling her story, and she is clearly tired, which, okay, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. She's human, right? And this is what happens. Let's just listen to this last little bit and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me.
Like, because I don't know what he knew. I would have got up and just walked. Like,
okay, let's go back to the beginning of the question.
What which I would have after cameras were off to say, but I'm just saying in common cause. He's never he can't talk about.
Oh, so he
the warrant.
Okay, sorry, I needed to rewind.
When he got arrested as well. So I don't know.
So he when he met her, he knew her as a lawyer?
I don't know. He can't talk about her on the phone. The phone calls are out. So if he said anything, it's out there on the phone calls. He's never talked about. I've never heard of any of these people till he got arrested. So I don't know anything about anything. I'm just saying in common sense, to say maybe he had a conversation with her after, cameras were off to say, what the hell was that? You get me? Like, because he knows he's in live court, which I would have got up and walked off. Like, what the hell? I don't want to be part of this. I would have got up and just walked. But everybody was different, I'd have been like, because I don't know what he knew. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because when a lawyer files things, the client won't necessarily see it unless they have to sign it. So everything she filed and said, I don't know none of that conversation. I don't know if she said she knew somebody and it was actually her just trying to get the money, And I got a friend that's a lawyer and she'll do it for.
See, this is when brain power is being used in a corrupt and heinous way. Okay. This woman is so skilled at coming up with bullshit in her brain. It's so sad. Like, she is so slick with it. Like, the fact that she can come up, she's very skilled at coming up with a damn reason for a nigga. Okay? She's good at that. My God. Do you hear her? Sis got skills. You give her a situation, she gonna come up with a reason. She gonna give you a reason as to why he didn't know. Okay? He got a good one with her. Shirley would be like, just trust God, go ahead and pray, read your Bible. Well, I don't know that he did it. We don't know if he had that conversation. He might have told her. Why would somebody do that? Like, she got so many damn reasons. It's crazy to me. It is absolutely nuts.
For you and this, that, and the other, then she popped up on him, and I don't know. It could be many things because she's pretty clever. So ain't no telling. I don't know. I won't know till we go to court. Because I told him, say everything. Don't hold your tongue. Some people be thinking, oh, well, but snitching. Snitch. Tell it all, whatever it is, say it. Be honest about everything. Don't try to save nobody. Don't save nobody. Just be honest about whatever it is that transpired.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say about it.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of things just don't add up when they try to do all of that. I know that was baiting because
you know what? This sounds like, which I don't know firsthand. This sounds like Bible Lady and Ponytail on the phone on any given night. Like, this has gone past like a professional courtesy. And hey, girl, will you come on my channel and just give us a quick update as what's going on? It's gotten so comfortable with these two that you will bring someone up on your panel and damn fucking fall asleep. Okay. And I know tired. Okay. Tired. I get it. But it's gotten so comfortable being comfortable. And it is so unprofessional. I'm sorry.
Well, looking, in my opinion.
Well, let me tell you something. I thank you for getting on with me right now, but I'm so sleepy right now. I'm so freaking sleepy.
I know, because you'll be up on the road at 7:00.
I know, so I'm going to have to end this live. We can do part 2 where we can really talk, because right now I am falling asleep. I am so tired. I am tired.
Okay, you're tired. You're falling asleep. You're tired. You're so tired. Like, I'm not saying another word.
Go ahead. I gotta walk the dogs.
And then she got to go walk the dogs.
Thank you, but I'll call you. We
I
can
don't
do
have to court.
we can do it another time.
But yes, this is just two friends talking. This is
Okay.
nothing.
Thank you.
This is not.
Make sure you pick that up tomorrow.
I will. Okay.
Make sure you pick that up tomorrow. Okay, more code talk. Look, this is the deal. These two aren't concerned with Nesto. I don't care what Sonia says. She is not concerned with this man. This is a fucking shit show, train wreck, run off the cliff sideshow. Okay. It's the shit show sideshow. It's the sideshow of the shit show. Okay. It's not even main stage shit show. This is on some back alley, ran off a cliff, all kinds of stuff like that. This is a mess. And to me, that type of conversation that they just had is someone who has little to no regard for the life that they say that they care about so much, because it's absolutely ridiculous the way that she is so disrespectful about this guy's case, even though he doesn't deserve it because he's been a complete asshole. It's just the call out for me of, sis, your words, your actions and your words don't even line up. If this was someone that you actually cared about, the way that you are managing his affairs and the way that you continue to battle and pay attention to the internet, you and your cohort, is absolutely insane. And it's comical. That's why people are laughing about it. Like, you can't expect, this is my point in saying all of that. You can't expect us to take something seriously that you don't. You don't even take it seriously. So why should we? Why? Just because you say so? That's absolutely ridiculous. You don't even take this matter seriously. If you thought that this was a serious matter, you would have handled it as a serious matter. But you guys are busy falling asleep, talking about dogs, doing silly things, and come to the platform. That's why the video has like 1,000 views, and come to the platform and are not even prepared with the pertinent information that makes sense about the case. Like, why are you sitting there discussing this man's case? And then you're mad at the people who actually take time and discuss the actual facts. That's my problem. Like, you sit up here and try to make it seem like people are like weird because we talk about the case. Go to any true crime channel and you're going to see a host of videos on a particular topic until that topic is done. And if you don't like it and you think there's something weird about it, cut a corner, swerve. You don't have to be here. Did Nesto ask? She said one day when he was upset. Well, one day he said that he was going to ask to go to the hole because he was so upset. And she's like, no, don't do that. Don't give up. Da, 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 da. I don't believe that. I think he was just saying that to have something to say, to be dramatic, because he's kind of a little bit in his feminine energy. And Nesto has a lot of like feminine energy masked as male aggression. So he's got like that, what is that called? Toxic masculinity. He's bitchified. He's bitch made. So I guess you call it a Mitch. However you want to call it, whatever terminology you prefer. Sir is ridiculous. Any man with some realness about himself would not even be involved with a Sonia. Even a cheating ass man who may have his version of respect for his wife would never, would never have gotten himself into a position where he loses his family for a side bitch. Okay. Just wouldn't. Just because, for so many reasons. Okay. And I'm not just talking about specifically him and Shirley Strawberry. I'm talking about a man's man. not some Mitch made scammer from the streets. I'm talking about a man who may or may not even be the best husband. But no man is going to jeopardize if he actually values what a wife is, because even, there's some screwed up, that's a whole nother conversation, but there's no man that's going to jeopardize. I know we've talked about Casino. You remember when Henry was in jail and who was come so he had the girlfriend coming to the jail to come visit, but he also had the wife and kids coming. There was no way he was letting Karen go. Karen was like, at the end of the day, Tommy, the boss, yeah, you got to stick with your wife. Like, at the end of the day, you got to stick with your wife. Okay? Karen was the one. He ended up having to cut the other chick off. I forgot, Debbie Mazar. He ended up cutting Debbie Mazar off because she was the girlfriend and she was a little bit out of control. But at the end of the day, the wife keeps you stable. And most men who value a marriage, even if they're fucked up in their marriage, they understand that. Nesto is stupid. What guy goes to jail and cuts off the wife? That's stupid. Yes, Goodfellas is such a good movie. Okay, not a boy for even a serious boyfriend, I would still have to kind of like a serious boyfriend would mean we have kids and maybe we own a house and we just didn't do the damn thing before he went away. But no way. Not like this. I mean, maybe I would, try to be true and all of those things, but a husband, that's a whole difference. That's family. Um that's, what I'm saying, that's family. Um a boyfriend, and then also these type of shenanigans, hell to the no. Who's oh, Bill Cobb. Who's Bill Cobb? Somebody does that have something to do with Cobb County? Let's find out. I don't even okay. Oh, I know who you're talking about. He lived to 90. What a blessing. It's sad though, because it's never, never, never long enough. A prominent, they said a prominent black actor with roles of more than in roles of more than 150 films and television shows died Tuesday at age 90. I'll show you his picture. Hold on. You'll know exactly who he is as soon as I show you the screen. Just a second. You know who that is. Oh. He always played like some sort of detective, you know. Okay, Donald Sutherland. Okay. Uh Sad. Okay, let's see. Bill Cobb, an actor for over 50 years of experience in Hollywood, is dead. TMZ is confirmed. Bill died Tuesday night at his home in the Inland Empire in California, according to his publicist Chuck I. Jones. With an acting career spanning all the way back to 1970, Bill has nearly 200 movies and TV show credits to his name. Some highlights: he played Devaney in Whitney Houston staffer in The Bodyguard, Louisiana Slim in the 1979 The Hitter, and Walter in The Brother from Another Planet. and had a role as Reginald in the 2006 Night at a Museum. Bill also was in 2013's Oz the Great and Powerful and as Master Tinker and played Arthur Cheney in 1997's Airbud. He made his feature film debut in 1974 in The Taking of Pelham 123. Wasn't that that was one of those movies like Speed. um I think they came and took over like a New York City subway or something. His TV credits include a reoccurring role in as Lewis Coleman in I'll Fly Away, plus guest appearances in Walker Texas Ranger, The Sopranos, just to name a few. Bill even won a Daytime Emmy Award, taking home a hardware for outstanding limited performance in a daytime program for his work on Dino Dana. Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. Speaking of Cleveland, Ohio, Bill served in the Air Force for 8 years and worked at IBM and as a car salesman before he relocated to New York to find work as an actor. Bill also acted in theater productions and played the drums. He was 90 and had just reached the milestone birthday June 16th. And his brother Thomas Cobb post says the whole family was able to celebrate him, calling Bill a loved partner, big brother, uncle, surrogate parent, godfather, and friend. Thomas tells us Bill was recently battling pneumonia, with which is the suspected cause of his death. He added, "As a family, we are confronted knowing Bill has found peace and eternal rest with the Heavenly Father. We ask for your prayers and encouragement during this time." Oh, that's sad. It's, but like they said, they are rejoicing, and what a tremendous career and loved by all who knew him. So, and he left the legacy for all of us. But yeah, Cleveland, Ohio, stand up. I'm sure Sonia's going to have something to say. Maybe her dad, Chuck, knew him because Chuck Durham knew everybody. Okay. Um, yeah, in 90 though, mm, that could happen. But yeah, not yeah, I mean that's going to be more common in that age group. Um, he could have had a little bout of something. There's always something going around this time. It's not even cold and flu season anymore. It's just year round, stay out the way, you know? Yeah, they said 200 films and TV shows. So, yeah, he did his thing, right? It is. It really is. So guys, let's go ahead. So yeah, I think we had a very well-rounded conversation today. We didn't get a chance to talk about Christina Peterson, but she's off the bench, guys. If you did not know, I'm sure you heard that yesterday. Yesterday they called it quits. And she has a 7-year period before she can apply to run for anything again, but she is off. Her term is over, and they'll bring in a retired probate judge to finish out her term. She lost her election anyway, so she wasn't going to be coming back to that seat, but she does not have the privilege to run for anything else. And I don't know if she's going to have any problems with her license. But the interesting thing, um, I was listening to something today and they were talking about this recent event happening, how there are some comparisons and really with the whole thing going on with Judge Glanville, not that it's the same thing, but it's some different things. But the case that really got her the most scrutiny with the woman that she accused of um forging a birth certificate, um and making the assumption that the document was forged, therefore in contempt of court. asking for a corrected marriage certificate because basically she was accusing this woman of trying to alter her marriage certificate with some different information to be able to get her mother immigration to update her mother's immigration paperwork and to use that as leverage because based on the way it was written it was not accurate and it was the actual person brought it to the court's attention that there was a mistake and she also didn't understand she'd immigrated here from Thailand and based on her understanding when they asked her which I think is I mean they felt like it was a plausible enough reason. Her understanding, because her father had never been in her life, her uncle played a major role and basically called father. When she came to America, um, so not on her birth certificate, but on her marriage license, I guess she also felt like that's who's going to be walking her down the aisle. I don't think maybe there was a lapse in understanding of the weight and the of the documents that you're completing. She basically put her uncle's name as her father's name. And it probably never would have been an issue had she not been applying for immigration for her mom. Anyway, so she needed to get the document corrected because she was in the process of, I guess, helping her mom come to United States. Anyway, um, Judge Peterson basically flat out accused her of forging the document and several other things and sentenced her to contempt of court, the max 20 days didn't want to hear anything. Also, basically, the weight of the argument, basically, what happened was out of the scope of the potential violation because really it was the thing at issue was the marriage document, not necessarily the birth certificate. But she basically threw this woman in jail on the face of the birth certificate being fraudulent and not the focus, which was on the marriage license discrepancy. And that was the problem. And she did not want to take ownership that she kind of fucked up. Also, they deprived the woman of a right to an attorney because when she was notified to come to court, she didn't really understand that it was a hearing, but it was also a legal proceeding that potentially included jail time. So she showed up with no attorney. It was just a bad process, and basically they say that culminates in her like this was just one example of her not following procedure for her seat, and that they feel like they said basically like basically they're saying she does not have the experience, she does not have the focus and the study and the ability to be able to manage that seat. She's not qualified. Like that it was just so many different things. um and this was the most egregious. With this woman had to spend 2 days in jail, and basically, um, it was 20 days, but they said after 2 days, her husband could bail her out on $500, but still never addressed the main issue. But yeah, it's really kind of complicated. This woman, unfortunately, she has really damaged her career. Not to mention the event at Red Martini did not help at all. They were not impressed with her behavior, the way that she spoke to law enforcement, all of the things. It was, and she's done. She's done. So I don't know that they've taken her law license, but she is not allowed to even think about a bench for a period of 7 years. They said she did some stuff at her homeowners association too. It's bad. Anyway, guys, we'll talk about it some more if you guys want to. But she's out of a job right now. She's out of a job. Anyway, mind you, Boneytail and Nesto laugh at Bible Lady. Okay, on top of all of that, thank you for that makes no sense. On top of everything, They're just using her. They're just using her and they laugh at her. They're using her and Sonia just needs somebody to talk to who'll listen. And what Bible lady just wants some exclusive content. So there, look, let them have each other. CMOS has no self-awareness along with being so ignorant. To me, is that that's what is draws me to this case. Um, like a social experiment inside the mind of someone so clueless, sad she thinks it's cute. Well, well. It's definitely the train wreck for me. And the true, it's just so many things. It's the messy, it's the drama, it's the train wreck, it's the cheating, it's the mistress, it's the side chick, it's the Shirley Strawberry, it's the fake and phony all the way around, the code speaking, it's the phone calls, it's the emails, it's the videos, it's Atlanta, it's so much. It's everything. I enjoy it. And she can call it whatever she wants. I don't care. Yeah. Sonia needs someone that she doesn't have to pay to talk to. Well, she still has her law license, but I think that that might be at risk too. I'm not 100% sure, but there was some talk regarding the fact of when she was practicing that there were people who complained about not receiving their payments. I'm not sure if she was doing personal injury or what she had going on, but there were some complaints regarding money. So hopefully for her, she gets some of these things squared away, handle, get a lawyer, get that guy, um, and sit down, look at what she's got in front of her and start ticking things off of her list because she's going to need to dust off that license for solo practitioner or something. Um, and maybe that's not where she really wants to be. Who knows? Maybe that's not really what she wants, but um, I don't know. She's gonna probably need to do something, but, that's gonna be entirely up to her. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for everybody, all of the contributions, all of the supporting. You guys are amazing. Um, let's see. I'm just updating my screen real quick. I feel like my screen's behind. Okay, anybody who gifted a membership, thank you. Everybody who received a membership, I appreciate y'all. And that's it. I think we're kind of done. If anything else pops up, I'll come back. But I think we're kind of good for right now. Thanks to Pam for coming through. Kelly's wordy reactions. Thank you so much. If you happen to be here and you're not familiar with either two of those channels, where have you been? Definitely go check them out. Also, that audio was courtesy of the infamous Slide channel. I would be remiss if I did not at least say that because ma'am accuses everybody of stealing her content and nobody has to steal. It's called fair use. But at the end of the day, citing the source is always the right thing to do. And even though when she used mine, she didn't do it, but that's okay. I'll just be petty and talk about it. But yes, that's on infamous Sly. Okay. Um, okay. I look, probably, but they could be brainwashed like her and maybe feel like, oh my God, they're always coming for my daughter. You know how it is as a parent, that your kid does no wrong. So who knows? She could have a Sonia Durham for a mother and not. Why are you out here fucking up? Why would you do something like that? All that money that we had to sacrifice to send you to school and not have loans, or all what we did to get you from here to there, yeah, I would be pissed. But I think she's giving her type of attitude is giving that her parents might be like, I can't believe they did, like, like a Carly Russell. Carly Russell's parents stood in the gap for her. And I mean, you know what can you do? Most people are going to stand in the gap for their kid. Like, let's be serious. Even if your kid is wrong, you're still not going to throw them out to the wind in front of everybody. But yeah, she's grown. She should. The thing too is that ma'am needs to stand up on her own on this one. She needs to go ahead and take this L. And but nobody's really looking for her to do a press conference now. I think that Fugazi press conference, I think her lawyer could have very well stood there with her at the police department or somewhere and gave a statement. They did not need to have the mouth of the South, Madison, and Miss Ma'am who cut the food truck line, um, and whatever she was going back and forth with that lady and that man. That man was definitely wrong for hitting on her and trying to beat her up. Absolutely. But where is he? Has he even been arrested? I mean, it's really the sad thing is that the girl who got beat up, no one's even talking about her. And I'm not even saying anyone's wrong for not talking about her. Once again, the judge has been able to steal the spot. This is what the commission has accused her of doing, of narcissist type behavior. They said she's vainglorious. They said that so here's a lady getting her ass beat. They say she came out of nowhere like damn Wonder Woman, came doing all the wrong things, ends up the lady gets taken off in a police car. They don't even get the ambulance for the girl who got beat up. And all of the attention is on the judge. Meanwhile, homegirl got a black eye. And then on top of it all, you got Madison over talking the person who got her ass beat. I kind of feel sorry for the girl who got her ass beat because she got her ass beat and everyone's getting all the attention but her. On top of the fact, the man, I don't even know if the man who beat her up got arrested, but he might say that he was defending his girlfriend because she said she was going back and forth with the lady because they accused her of cutting the food truck line. So if she was going at it with the girl and then homeboy jumps in, I guess that's how it got started. I don't really know. I know she was on Dennis, and I'm going to be honest, I did not watch the whole interview. I came in towards the end to hear Madison tell her version of not knowing Sonia and peaced out because there was so much other stuff going on. So anyway, hopefully the young lady's eye is healing and she's getting better and she needs to stay out. Look, you need to girl, take a break from the red martini. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. This was so much fun, girl. Whole birds of a feather flock together. Okay. Anywhere where grown women are fighting at 3 o'clock in the morning, if it's not at the strip club, sis, you don't and you really don't need to be there either. But places that women fight at 3 o'clock in the morning typically are like strip clubs, casinos, things of that nature. If you are at a hookah bar and they serve food and it's like a lounge hangout spot and the women are fighting, it's trash. Girl, it's R&B Wednesday, okay? A pack of wild dogs. She's a celebrity now. She probably gonna have on her most fabulous outfit. All you got to do is go to atlpics.net. The man's there every Wednesday. Go to atlpics.net and he photographs every Wednesday night at R&B at a R&B night at Red Martini. So if you want to see the who's who of where people are at, go to atlpics.net tomorrow when he's got all the pictures posted. The judge was on V103 with Tiger. lying through her wet lying through her wet and wavy, okay? With the mousse down. They all moosed their hair down, put on that good edge control. Guys, let me tell you, I found my summer combination because I realized my flyaways were popping. I have to wet my hair a little bit. I have to put on my Pattern Beauty, the clear gel. I put the clear gel. Some of you might say I should go the opposite. I probably feel like I did go the opposite first. I think I put the cream, the hairdressing cream on first. Then I put the gel. I used a nice stiff brush. My hair was slick, okay? And then I used the Pattern Edge Control, and you can tell me nothing, okay? My hair, I went to sleep, woke up this morning, and all I had to do was like a quick, like 1, 2, 3 brush. Girl, my hair, it was like I had a protective style, okay? Earlier this week, I was waking. You know how like little kids wake up with they have their hair pulled back, and they wake up looking like a mess. Anyway, let me let you guys go. You guys have fun. Have a safe. I'm sure most of you guys are home already. If you're not at home, drive careful. If something pops off, I might be back tonight because guess what? It's summertime, guys. Okay. Let me know if I left anything out. If I missed something or you have an argument contrary or in support of whatever it is, go ahead and drop it down into the comments. Let's get the conversation going. I did find a new, well, it's not a new feature, but I can do video responses to your comments. So I'm going to work on trying to pick five comments a day to respond back to. They could be new. Maybe I'll do 5 new and just a random 5 because I definitely have enough videos to do that. So make sure to comment if you want to be in a short. Make sure, and if it's a question, make sure to put your question marks because there's a way for me to sort comments that are actually questions. So if you have an actual question, if you go to my short that I posted today, that was actually a comment and I was able to, they put a new feature in that you can actually, it's kind of cool. And if you click on the comment, it'll take you to the original comment in the video. So it's kind of cool. So it's one of those things I always think with YouTube, if we don't use it, we will lose it, right? After a period of time. So I'm going to try to do my part and use it and tell people about it because it's a pretty cool feature. And I think it's a great way to respond to a comment and give a 1-minute audio response. And I think it just brings it to life a little bit more. Anyway, so that's something I definitely want to try to commit to doing every day, at least 5 per, on a new video. So you guys drop your comments, and if you have any questions, let me know. And then I'll try to pick at least 2 or 3 questions, and then possibly 2 or 3 just regular comments that may not. Is it free? Is it free for you? So you do a regular comment that costs you nothing. And for me to respond, so are you saying, is that functionality something that I pay for in YouTube? No. They should be paying me, which they do. But no, it's just additional functionality. I think that the engagement is something that they like to see. So is your question, is it free? Yes, it's free for you to use. It's free for me to use. Why does YouTube provide it? Probably the engagement. I'm sure it's all about engagement. Like at the end of the day, YouTube and Google exist to sell advertising. That's it. That's all. They sell advertising. They are the biggest advertising in the world. So yes, the engagement. So that you will click on a video again and maybe watch an additional commercial, Yeah. For me to use, it's absolutely free. For you to use, there's nothing different. Just drop your comments And then when I respond, I can respond in a short. So basically, I'm creating additional content outside of me just responding in just a comment. Basically, what is it doing? It's creating an additional short to feed the system. So, it's another way to put out additional content. Thank you. You love my shorts? Thank you. I like doing that. I did it today, and like I said, I'm going to dedicate some time in the morning to doing that. So I want to try to do 5, but we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to do it. So social media is a beast, guys. It really is. There's always something that you can be doing. Social media is not a joke. Um Anyway, I do have a couple of things since I still got you guys here. I guess and I'm rambling. I do have a couple of things coming up. I'm gonna post something. So I do have a couple of events that I am working on, specifically one in September. I hope to put something out about it in the next week or so. But any of you guys who are in the Southeast or coming in this direction, if you are interested, I hope that you will come to this event in September. Roughly September 7th is the day right now, but I'll be setting that in stone in the next week or two. But if you are excited about coming to the Southeast, maybe a trip to Charlotte, um, think about it. I'm so shy about it because I'm just like, oh my God, it's so stressful. But I really would like to do something that Bougie Gang will enjoy. Also, if there's something specific you guys want, like a little bit of a seminar on how to kickstart your social media, how to work on your branding, maybe even specifically YouTube, that kind of thing, make it a little bit of learning and funning. I think that would be awesome, because I definitely love to have a good time, but I also love to talk about what I love to do. And YouTube and social media is definitely something I love to do, and I think it's a wonderful way to make money. It's also a wonderful way, if you have a business and you have a product, to be able to incorporate social media as part of your business plan, because not only can social media help you develop your business, it can also become another segment of your business and, help you with sales. It can help you with exposure, with reach, and so many different things. Um, so not just seeing social media as an avenue to be messy, but a avenue to make money. Okay. Because social media is one of the quickest, I wouldn't say it's a get rich quick scheme, but you see what social media is doing for a lot of people and what social media can do. It helps you reach customers that you could never reach in your, I mean, you're able to be a global seller or provider in so many different things. So you are able to reach so many different audiences that your local salesperson at the radio station could never help you reach. When you're advertising locally, you're looking at your immediate area, maybe cable, you're going out a little bit further. When you are on a huge social media platform, it's global. And your intentions might not necessarily mean to be global, but it just is. So it's very interesting. Oh, good. Okay, Shantae. So yeah, it just depends on what you guys. So I do want to put up like a little bit of a poll to understand. So not even a poll, maybe like a Google Doc, just to understand what you guys would like to see in an event. But I um definitely am putting something together, and I was thinking of something in addition, sort of like a little bit of a workshop, if there is some interest in some kind of social media discussions, the how to's of it all, and all of the things that I've learned over the past 8 years in doing social media. So Anyway, guys, I love you guys. You guys are so much fun. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. And like I said, if anything else pops up, I will be back. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the YouTube streets in the morning. I'm trying to get over to OSIP so you guys don't kill me over there. I'm gonna see if yeah. I don't want to make any promises about OSIP for tonight, but we'll see. Let me get my dinner together and see how I feel because we've had another interesting day. Farah is keeping me busy, you guys. But after next week, she'll be in camp for 3 weeks, so my days will kind of go back a little bit to normal, where I can have my set. It's killing me not being on my regular schedule. But what can I do? It's also kind of a lesson. I have to work on not feeling like I have to be so regimented too. But I do like I'm a schedule. I like being on a schedule. So anyway, we all have our challenges, right? Okay, guys, you guys take care. Have a wonderful evening. Let me know if anything's going on. I'm gonna put the Google Doc together before the end of the week, and anyone interested in a Bougie Gang event, um, I'm going to ask some questions as to what you think you'd like to see at this event. And I have a friend of mine who is an event planner who's helping me work some things out. So, and also just to kind of get a barometer of like interest. So, okay. All right, guys. You guys are awesome. Take care. Have a good evening. And I'll see you later. Bye, guys.